Rolex have just unveiled a two-tone Oyster Perpetual 41. The Yacht-Master II is back. They've unveiled maybe the ugliest Rolex I've ever seen. And as far as I can tell, the GMT-Master II, BLRO, or Pepsi is gone. Here's what's been added, what's gone, and everything we know so far. So, for the second year in a row, Rolex has released their novelties at midnight Central European Time, and it's no surprises if you've seen the blurry leaks. Starting with the two-tone Oyster Perpetual 41, marking 100 years of Oyster. The winding crown features the number 100, as does the slate-colored dial, with the 100-year inscription at 6 o'clock, where it usually says Swiss-made. Lots of green features here, so the squares on the minute track in their signature green, as is the Rolex print on the dial. The big noticeable thing though is of course the material. Yellow Rolesor gold on the bezel, crown, and outlining the indexes. Everything else remains the same, still powered by the calibre 3230, which is their three-hand time-only staple, and still 100 meters of water resistance. As far as I can tell, these specific changes have only been made to the 41mm variant. Opinion. I think there will be a lot of people who say meh, or think it's ugly, or find this completely irrelevant because it will be unobtainable, which I reckon it will be. I think it will be hard to get. I am a Rolex person, and beyond that, I'm a bit of a Oyster Perpetual person. I think this is a good tribute, a good celebration to this model family. It won't be for everyone, nor is it meant to be. I would hazard a guess that this will only be available for 1 year, so a very short run, few entering the production cycle. That's pure speculation. These are set for £8,050, which I don't think is a horrible price. I think it's in line with this model family and the additions that have been made to it. Let's move on to something I have big feelings about, which is this monstrosity. Oh my gosh, I didn't think it was possible for me to hate a Rolex so much. I need a gin or something. I need a therapist because this is overwhelming me. So the Rolex website describes this as a joyful and sophisticated composition. I can't say I like this at all, but on a kinder note, I see the reference. So this is the modern take on the 1970s and 80s Jubilee motif. This displays the Rolex name in no fewer than 10 colors. Executing this dial is not easy, so the way Rolex applies colors is one after the other, building up layers, and the shapes and letters need to be positioned perfectly. Can we do it? Yes. Should we do it? I'd argue no. But this might be another one that grows on me. I felt strong feelings of hatred about the celebration dial, and before long I wanted one. So maybe this will be the same. This seems to only be available in 36mm, but yeah, it's a lot to take in. Moving on, the Oyster Perpetual 28 and 34 now have an 18 karat gold edition. I think a lot of people will say, meh, who cares? But I think this is huge news. It looks fantastic, and Rolex is known for trialing out new things on smaller and ladies models before rolling it out to the more mass market, larger sizes. They have done an awesome job with these. The 28mm is in yellow gold, while the 34mm is in Everose, and both have a few different dial variations. My favorite is the yellow gold and green Chef Kiss. One quirk of this collection is the 369 markers, crafted from natural stone, which is a first for Rolex. I love their gold alloys, prefer the yellow slightly, that's just my opinion, and a primarily satin finishing on the bracelet and case, keeping the sporty design DNA. Once again, I don't think this will get its flowers from watch enthusiasts. Looks great, great addition. Okay, let's move on to maybe the biggest news here. The Yacht-Master II has returned, and it is exactly as it was in the leaks. A sleeker, modernized regatta chronograph, the functions have been redesigned to be read from the raised ring. If you watched my leaks video, you will already know about the calibre 4162 patent. This is the exciting stuff we cover on this channel. So this comes with a new movement which programs the countdown functions into the 4 o'clock pusher rather than using the ring command system, which was in the previous, now discontinued Yacht-Master II. This movement has some pretty beefy specs, very efficient, 72-hour power reserve, and it's a Rolex so precision of -2 + 2 seconds per day after casing. It is available in 2 materials, oyster steel and yellow gold, still very large and very expensive, starting at £16,950. Ouch. Opinion, I aesthetically really like this. I think they've done an awesome job. The colors are great, design language functionality, and it feels a little bit more elevated and fancy with the polished center links. I think the price alone will thin out the purchasing demographic, as will the size. I know I'm out of it. This isn't for me, but there's absolutely an audience for this. Aesthetically, I really like it. I don't know why I'm in such a pleasant mood tonight. I'm usually scathing. I'm usually so grumpy about Rolex Novelties. I'm in a good mood. I think there's the right person for this watch, and they'll love it. Final 2 novelties that we're going to talk about tonight, I'm going to lump together. I don't find them as exciting. So firstly, the Datejust 41, now available with an ombre effect green. Yeah, it looks good. Not the biggest news. And finally, the Daytona albino or albino is real, but I think maybe it's off catalog. I'm not able to find it on the website, so I can't say for sure the price or anything like that. This is a Rolesium in Rolex speak, or a stainless steel and platinum configuration against a white enamel dial. Cerachrome bezel, which is edged with a band of platinum. I already know I can't afford one, nor would I be allocated one, but a real Rolex collector would be very into this. There were some rumors when we started seeing the leaks for this that this would take over from the stainless steel Panda dial. We have not seen this. That has not happened. The Panda dial is still available. So that's what's new. Now on to what's been discontinued, and it's finally happened. The Pepsi, the GMT-Master II BLRO, is gone. So immediately when I saw the novelties, I looked over the page, had a quick glance, got very excited, then immediately went over to the GMT-Master II. YouTubers predict it every year that this will go, and every year it doesn't happen. They seem to have been winding down production for a while. It was at the tail end of 2025 and in early 2026. Authorized dealers just weren't getting these in, and it was clear she was going. Sadly, if you were on that waiting list, it doesn't exist in the modern catalog anymore. They may be paving the way for the Coke or the RO and R to return, but for now, this is all we know. One notable thing that didn't happen was new dial options for the Land Dweller. A theory many of people had, including myself, was that they were going to roll out darker dials, maybe a black or navy, but this hasn't happened. I feel like this has been a pretty positive video from me. I think a lot of people will say, boring, who cares? But this was a tame year, and it was meant to be. Last year, they had a big one, and this year, it is all about Tudor for the Hans Wilsdorf Foundation, and their novelties are coming out in the morning. So I stayed up late to cover Rolex. I'll be waking up early to cover Tudor. It's just too exciting. And I'm a mother of a young child, so I forgot about sleep a long time ago. In summary, I think this was a tasteful tribute to the Oyster. I think we get so used to the Oyster vernacular with them. It is so deeply entrenched in their language. Of course, they had to celebrate this, and they did a tasteful job. Overall, good year. I do genuinely loathe the 36mm monstrosity. I swear, if I change my mind on that one, flame me in the comment section. I will deserve it. There's no way I can change my mind on that. But yeah, now we wait for Tudor, which is where I think the big news will be. What do you guys think? Was there any standout novelties coming from the Crown? Anything you're interested in? And were you on the Pepsi waitlist? let me know in the comments down below. That's where all the fun happens. I have an appointment with Rolex on Friday. So if there's anything you want to know more about, any questions you think I should ask, anything you want to see more in depth, let me know. We can make that happen. And now let's get some sleep and wait for Tudor.